We can further say, on the third day, but it says on the third day of creation, it says it was good twice, because this includes also the work of the second day of creation, that it doesn't say about it that it was good, because it on its own was the concept of strictness. When he divided, so that on its own you can't just say good. But on the third day you can include it, as it says, it was good twice, to the concept of mercy and beauty, this which sweetens the strictnesses. So you can include the strictnesses as well. And that's the concept of Yom Kippur, Yom HaMtakas Hadin. It's the day of sweetening the judgment. And this is the idea of its nighttime is like its daytime. Yom Kippur, you fast the whole day, the night as well as the day. Why? Because the night is like the day, because the strictnesses of nighttime and the kindnesses of the daytime are both together as one. That the nighttime that hints to strictness and judgment, is like the daytime, and the kindness is Simin Tafresh Yud. Or Torbes Yosef Simin Tafresh Yud. We can say we need to understand with the concept of this doubling of it, that it was good, all derech tov l'shamayim v'tov labrios, similar to the statement that something is good for the heavens and good for the creations. So Perek Hamad Kedushin Daf Mem Amud Aleph, v'nikra tzadik kitov, and it's called, like the pasuk, say to the tzaddik that it is good. We can say, Shu Yisod Abav Yisod Zah. What are these two kitovs? The two tovs are, so tov is Yisod. So the first tov is Yisod Abba, and the second tov is Yisod of Zah. The two masculine aspects of Yisod. I guess then Shemayim would be Bina, and Lebrios would be Malchus, and that which is created from Hashem's kingship. Me'enyan Tov. There in Zohar Beraishis, it talks about Tov. V'daf Mem Vav Amud Aleph Me'enyan Beis Pamim Kitov. And there it also talks about the two times of Kitov. B'Sefer Hadras Melech, Daf Samachem Amud Beis Mipnei Shviyom Gimel. And also in the books of Hadras Melech, from Harav Shalom Buzagalo. Because on the third day, Shu Tiferes, which is Tiferes Nizgala Shurish Midas Malchus Shishlemus Hagvura. Because in Tiferes, you reveal the Shurish of the Malchus, which is the completeness of Gvura. So I guess maybe because, not sure what he means, it's called Shurish Malchus. Maybe it's because Tiferes is the Shurish of Malchus, because it's in the Kavayim Tzoi. But once you're revealing the Shorish of Malchus, so that's a completeness for the Gvura. So that is 2 times that it was good, because you include the Gvura as well, because you're Miskala, the Shorish of Malchus. Now, which day did it say that it was good? When it says, the same day that it says, Tadsheh haaretz, that the earth should grow grasses. So if therefore this is the secret of, and you should afflict yourselves, and the 9th of the month in the evening, Davka specifically, that its night should be like its day. Truly, that the strictnesses of the feminine aspect should be like the daytime of kindnesses. And that's what it means, that the earth should grow the grasses, should sprout forth. That the earth that's growing the grasses is the nukva, the feminine aspect, which receives these sweetnesses from the kindnesses. So tadsheh haaretz, so to grow the nukva is to bring and flow the kindnesses to it. Al derech isha ki sazriya v'yalda zachar, just like a woman who the word is used tazriya, that she has like seeds that sprout, or a baby that is inseminated. V'yalda zachar, and she gives birth to a male. V'zeu tachlis hamechuvan, and this is the ultimate purpose, to sweeten these strictnesses. Therefore, this is the concept of you should afflict yourself in the evening. I'm not sure what the affliction itself has to do with it, or maybe the affliction is the gvuros, that the affliction itself is the mi'erev ad erev, that the affliction is the gvuros are sweetened in this way of evening to evening. Through this, you cause the earth to sprout. So this perush seems the main perush more so. Look what it says about when you see in the captured woman from battle, the Ishi Sifastor, that she has to afflict herself, and then you come upon her and you're intimate with her. Zehu Inyan Yom Kippurim, that's the concept of Yom Kippur, the sweetening of the affliction of the Ifastor. Again, the 40 days of Chodesh Yamim, is the Elul, that she afflicts herself, and then afterwards, after that period of time, is the Yom Kippur, the sweetening. And the proof for this is in the Zohar Vayikra, Shemaimer Tadsheh haaretz, Zeu mechuvan im dibur zochros yom HaShabbos. It says there that the statement that the earth should sprout forth grasses, it corresponds with the statement that you should remember the Shabbos day. What's the connection? Because also on Shabbos, Malchus is filled from the supernal flow. Like it's known about the concept of the inner courtyard, the gate of the inner courtyard, that's usually closed. But on Shabbos it's open because you have this extra flow of holiness. Like it says in Zohar Noach, that these are the offsprings of Noach. Noach being the rest of Shabbos, and the offspring of it are the extra flow that comes down, the offspring. So this is also the concept of Tadsheh. Tadsheh is to fill the earth and sprout it. Now the fruit-giving trees, just like Pri Betan, pri haaretz, pri eitz, ki ben poras Yosef chulu, because Yosef is the son who sprouts forth and grows. I'm not sure what Yesod has to do with this. With Yosef, Noach is also Noach entering the table is also a concept of Yesod. Maybe it's the concept of Yesod to Malchus, but he mentions Ben Poras Yosef. Well, derech ze pirush kan gamkin b'china zu al b'china gavoa yoser. And similarly, he explains here. I'm not sure who's he. Who's pirush kan? Which context it is the Zohar Noach, is it the Zohar Vayikra, is it the Hadras Melech? I'm not sure. So, or we can just explain here, anyways, this concept on a higher level. It's referring back to this idea of referring it to Yom Kippur. That's what it's referring to. That this whole idea corresponds not just with Shabbos, but with Yom Kippur. Sheish Lomar, that we can say, Shazai mikabelas miyesod da'atik. It has to do with Yesod, because we said that Kitov twice is Yesod Abba and Yesod of Zah. And now he's saying that we can say that this refers to even an even higher level Yesod of Atik. And why is that? Because Yom Kippur is unique, that has tshuva. Like it says in the Maamar, that the mountains will falter, that by tshuva it says, the covenant of my peace will not falter. And the covenant of peace is obviously the union of Yesod. That if everything else fails, you do tshuva, and that's the covenant of peace. That's the Yesod of peace. Bris is Yesod, and Shalom is Yesod. Meaning, and the meaning to say forgiveness comes from Keser, from Atik. And according to this, we can also explain this growth similar to how it's explained in the Maamar, when the earth gives forth its produce. That this is the growth that happens through the action of the mitzvos. And that's the revelation of Shabbos. So it's Shabbos, the growth of, so to speak, of the plants, that is similar to the revelations that we bring down of the mitzvos. And that's the concept of the revelation of Shabbos as well. And the end of the pasuk is, so too Adonai Havaya will sprout forth tzedakah. So not just Shabbos. So in addition, also this way, Adonai Havaya will also sprout forth on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. That's Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, al yidei hatshuva, through tshuva. Just like through the Ma'aseh mitzvahs, you cause this kind of growth. Through tshuva, you can cause it. Through your affliction on the 9th, through this you reveal a Shabbos of Shabbos. And this is like the concept of the feminine being aroused first that causes the birth of a male. Whereas I guess Shabbos would be, in comparison, the masculine being aroused first, perhaps, in the way that it's comparing it here. That's why it says, in the time to come, in the evening there will be light. That the darkness of the lower worlds of will be flipped to light, like in the world of Atzilus. And this is, look what it says about, and the number of Bnei Israel will be Kechol Hayam. It says, why? Ki Godol Yom Yisrael, because the day of Israel, of Jezreel, is great. The Ubiyom Kippurim, so I guess that's also talking about the time to come, and somehow that ties into Tshuva. Ubiyom Kippurim Shu Olam Haba, and Yom Kippur corresponds with the world to come. And that's why we say the pasuk Baruch Shem out loud, which the idea is that the lower concept of unity is like the higher concept of unity. The godliness that's revealed below is now like the godliness revealed above. It's reached the same level. And that's in the 9th of the month, in the evening specifically. That its night should be like the day. Because the day of Jezreel is great, which corresponds with Yom Kippur, Lasilava. That's why it says Leis Erev Ihi or Lasilava. Oji Shlom, and we can further say another way to explain Al Pi Mashakaz Bezorach Lik Beis Bo Lamedei Aleph Shliyos Tachi Art Zeu Aidei Shnimshach Koach Milamayla, that in order to have that the earth should grow its grasses, this is through drawing down from the strength from above, to weaken the strength of the great serpent, that crouches in the lower waters, that was divided on the second day. And this snake in the lower waters that crouches, that's the Arich Ampin of Klippa, Shemonea Bechinas Tadshi Hanal, which stops this growth of the grasses. I'm not sure how the snake stops the grasses from growing, but it seems to stop the flow. I guess for things to grow on this earth, you need to have water. So the water below, so to speak, it prevents the grasses from growing. I guess also if you're talking about like Paro in the Nile, who was the Tani Magadol, he was the great snake. The Nile itself is the one that controls the growth of the produce below. It's the lower waters. If it doesn't rain in Egypt, then the Nile has control. The water from above is not the one doing it, because the Mitzrayim is the place of Klippa. And so you don't have Tadshi Haaretz, so you have to subjugate the great snake. And we can say from the way Rav Chaim Vital explains it, that the feminine aspect could not grasp or contain, she couldn't handle the flow from above. And therefore you had like miscarriages. She wasn't a vessel. And that was the concept of the angels that fell on a feeling ba'aretz on the earth. That the seed was not grasped and did not sprout in the earth. That's why they were Nephilim, they, so to speak, fell. Ad shenimshach koach mehadar, until you draw down the strength of the king Hadar, of the kings of Edom, who was the beginning of the Tikkun concept. Yisod the Ark, which is Yisod of Ark, Levat Lagvuros, that nullifies the strictnesses of the Shviras HaKelim. Azai Haya Haklita, so if they all fell from the Shvira, meaning to say, and that's the concept of the Nephilim, then afterwards, when you have the Tikkun, you can have the Klita, the Nukva is Mekabel, and that's the concept of the grass is growing. And you look what it says about the concept of the feminine aspect grasping the masculine flow in the Maamar that Hashem is to me a help. That this, in a service of Hashem, is the idea of in our hearts. Our hearts are like the feminine, and it should grasp the godliness that flows into it. Yaseid chazak shlo timot, to be like a peg that's hammered in, that should not falter. Therefore, this concept also applies on Yom Kippur. That's when the strictnesses, the judgments are sweetened, and the Satan does not have any rulership. Similar to how the Shvira no longer rules, and the concept of the snake, which is the feminine of the klippa, that the Samach Mem rides on the snake, which is the feminine aspect that he rides on, where the snake is the masculine. But it's seemingly the snake is the feminine aspect that we're talking about, the nukva of klippa. And when you sweeten it, you can grasp the flow. And then you have kitov twice, that the malchus goes up and it's sweetened, and it's like bina. Therefore, you have it goes up. The feminine aspect, the lower feminine aspect, is like the higher feminine aspect. And there's nothing to stop it. And like he said, that you have the kitov twice is Yisod of Abba and Yisod of Zah. Yisod of Abba l'chora would go to Bina, and Yisod of Zah would l'chora go to Malchus. V'ayin od minyan Tadsheh Zohar Chilek Gimel Pinchas Tafei Shutes Amud Beis B'Pirash Namaz Sham. Look over there in Zohar Pinchas about Tadsheh as well.